but we'll do that. Okay. We'll start with some Tehillim.
So I printed some Tehillim.
A little bit louder. Let me increase the volume here.
We'll wait for the Kaddish. We'll get to start when
Okay.
coming. Okay, so I'll tell Rabbi Milevsky to wait. My phone is here. Okay, Rabbi Milevsky, there are some people still coming, so if we can wait a few moments, maybe we'll end up having a minyan.
Okay.
I'll give you also a view of who's here. I think they're passing at everybody is here, would like to begin. This is Mrs. Chester. Rabbi Milevsky, we're just waiting for Mrs. Chester to make her way here, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Victor, we're going to turn the camera around. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to commence by Milevsky remote. Ladies and gentlemen, please come closer so we can start. Anybody who's here for the unveiling for Jack Schwartz. If anybody was prompt and understood the meaning of time, it was Jack. Okay, so let's respect that memory, please. And if you don't want to join us, then I would ask you to please lower your voices and speak in a whisper. Thank you. That was worked well. Hey, does show up? Hey, Rabbi Milevsky, please begin.
Ashrei ha'ish asher lo halach betzas l'shoim uv'derech chatoim lo yomad v'moshav leitzim lo yoshav kim b'seiras adinei chefzo v'sorasa yegeyamam v'loylo v'haya ketzshos al palgei mayim asher pirya yiten beito ve'oleu lo yibol v'chol asher yaseh yatzliach לא כן הרשעים, כי אם קמץ אשר תדפנו רוח, כן לא יקומו רשעים במשפט וחטאים בעד הצדיקים, כי יודע אדוני דרך צדיקים, ודרך רשעים תעבד. מזמור לדוד, אדוני, מי יגור באוהלך? מי ישכון בהר קודשך? הולך תמים, ופועל צדק, ודובר אמס בלבבו. לא רוגלה לשונו, לא יעשה לרעהו רע, וחרפה לא נשא על קרובו. נבזה בעיניו נימוס, וסירא אדוני יכבד. נשבע להורע ולא יאמר, כספו לא נשא בנשך, ושוחד על נקי לא לקח, עושה לא ימות לעולם. If I could ask family members to please do the actual unveiling, and we would hopefully have the opportunity to read what is etched into a stone and should be etched into our hearts. So from where I am sitting here, I might not be able to read all that is etched there. I do see the Schwartz, so I know it's Jack. So let's see if we could go ahead and do it. Ponitman here lays Rabbi Yaakov ben Rabbi Yosef, Yoshar Bidrachov, B'tov ve'ne'eman b'ma'asav. His actions were straight, committed, and good in all ways. Osak b'tzorchet tzibur v'meitov kol chosav. He was involved and he was committed to communal needs with all his strength and energy. Karov lechavera vera lerabosav. He was very close to his friends and a beloved soulmate, in essence, of his teachers. Kum hamdina hitavek im Esav. He fought with Esav, as Yaakov did. As the Jewish state was established, Jack would talk to me about Sfas in 1948, described in detail. Oz kinamer, mighty like a tiger, lekayem retzon horav, to fulfill the will of his parents. He fought with passion. Niftar Hey Oda Tavshin Pei passed away. It was 2 years ago on the 5th of Adar. Gino Jack-Yaakov Schwartz, and beloved husband, survived by Sister Jolie. The Nafshat Surah B'Srachai, may his very special soul be bound with the Creator. Now, this is a very, very significant moment for everyone who is present there, and for me as well. It's been some time since Jack left us, and I have a lot of appreciation, admiration for those who put in effort to get to this moment. This is a significant stone, because it's a Yad Vashem, not just put up by Yad Vashem, but it's a Yad Vashem. It's a way that we're going to commemorate Jack. Tov mi banim umi banos. For me personally, Jack was someone that had a very significant impact on me. He represented our history, and as etched into the stone, fought for the establishment of the Jewish state. With pride, he would share with us stories, but specifically in Congregation Bnai Torah, the impact of Jack lives on not just within a building, but within the hundreds of people throughout the world that were influenced by a magnificent shul, by magnificent leadership under Rabbi Marcus Zatzal. And Jack played a significant role in having the shul operating the way a shul should. Now, I met Jack, was over 13 years ago. He was the shamash then. He wanted things to be done in the right way, in the proper way, in the traditional way, the way Rabbi Marcus Zatzal wanted it. And he wanted all traditions to continue. And my first interactions with Jack was, you sense his devotion, but as time went on, I sensed a very special and soft heart, a heart for children. There was a very special smile Jack would have when he would interact with a child. And when he would share with me about his beloved wife, Shoshana, and would show a picture, like a teenager, showing a picture of a girlfriend, you sensed the heart, the mush, the warmth of a man. And it was warmth that was channeled to our identity as a nation, commitment to our people, commitment to institutions that keep our people alive, synagogues. You know, today is Rosh Chodesh Elul, the first day of Elul, a very special day. We begin this incredible journey. It's a journey of reconnecting to our Creator and, yes, to one another. What we have today as a hub to connect us are synagogues. are our Batei Knesset. And Jack gave everything to the synagogue, the Bnei Torah. A complete devotion. I sensed it, I felt it, and it is extremely appropriate today to go ahead and commemorate him and be inspired. Etched into the stone are the words Tzorkei Tzibur, communal needs. Jack was concerned for the welfare of a community. He understood that communities function when they have that spiritual hub, and he did everything to be sure that it operated the way it should. That was Jack. I think we have a responsibility as a community to remember him. And obviously, for family members, for Jolie, and I remember years, I think it was about 12 years ago when he lost his brother, Vili. And he would talk about the very special children, the family in Detroit. I sensed his pain at the time. And again, you saw the devotion, the complete devotion. A lot to be learned from his commitment to his people and to the synagogue. And even after he retired and even after he moved out, I had the tremendous privilege of keeping up a magnificent relationship, visiting him at the terrace, before the move, after the move. And he would share with me how things are doing there. And he was always quite positive about the treatment in the terrace, and always wanted to know what's happening at Bnei Torah. Bnei Torah was important for Jack because if you give your life to an organization, it becomes part of you. Always interested, and before walking in, I had to review the latest of what's happening at Shul, share it with him. He was always happy to hear, always happy to share. This man, Jack, our man of devotion, kept up his complete love to his shoshi, to his wife, even after her passing. He would always show off her artwork, and he would always note that, you should know, there was much, much more. I had to give it away. A man of devotion. And as we enter into a season where we devote ourselves to, number one, ourselves, to figure out what we are about, what's our essence. Number two, as we connect to one another, synagogues is a place that people, the Jewish people, get together to understand that we are a family, we are concerned about one another. And number three, obviously, it is a time to connect to our Creator. He welcomes us. It's a time of forgiveness. It's a time that he embraces us. I think we have a lot to learn and a lot to be inspired from Jack, from Gino, from Yaakov ben Yosef. So I'm going to take this opportunity to, number one, thank all who are present there. And you are my messengers. I'm not able to be there physically. And at the same time, I commit myself to remember. We, the living, remember those who lived a life of meaning. And there's no greater meaning than being here in the world for the sake of others. Especially a person who was willing to do for others in an environment that perhaps was quite challenging. Synagogues, by the way, leadership in a synagogue is not always the easiest thing to do. You know, sometimes people make demands and have expectations and perhaps complain that the roles of Shalosh Shudas were not placed where they should be. These things do occur. But Jack didn't quit. He continued with that devotion. He understood the value of what he is doing. The synagogue for the people of Israel, Jack did it. So we owe him a lot, and God willing, for many years, I will remember Jack. And as I look back at Bnei Torah as a congregation, there's no doubt in my mind that when I think about the Shamish who did, the Shamish that was sure that everything operated the way it should be, that the Neros Hanukkah were there, and that the Kaddish cup was there, and that things were opened on time, enclosed in a proper way, that devotion to an institution that is keeping us alive will be remembered. So, thank you again for joining us. May the stone be there for the family members to remember and be inspired, and for others as well as we pass by. We'll see Jack. We'll remember Jack. And may our good deeds that we do due to this inspiration be a benefit for his neshama. A fundamental part of our tradition is the fact that even after the physical departure of someone, there's an entity that lives on. It's a soul, it's a neshama. May that neshama benefit from what we are inspired to do for him. And may we only gather for happy occasions. It's an opportunity to wish all those that, as mentioned, I have a deep amount of appreciation for those of you who are present there. May you all merit a very good year. It's a time that we start wishing one another a Shana Tova, Ktiva v'Chatima Tova. I really wish every single one of you it should be a good year, and let's all be inspired by devotion for others. Life becomes meaningful when we say to ourselves, you know what? What can I do for the sake of others? What can I do for my community? And if we need teachers, we have one. We have one with Jack. I'm going to say Psalm 23, and then if you do have a minyan there, and someone could say the Kaddish, that would be wonderful. Mizmor LeDavid, Adonai roi lo yechso, b'nai sheyar b'tzeini al mei menuchos yanahaleini, nafshi yishoyve v'yachein b'maglei tzedek leman shemoi gam ki elech. Begeit monbth lo yiroro ki ato imodi shiftecho mishantecho imoi nachamoni tarich lefana shulchan getzorei dishanto vashemen roshi kol sirevayo achto v'chesed yirdefuni kol yemei chayai v'shavti beveis Adom noileo erech yomim.
Just counting, make sure we have a minyan. Can have the men raise their hands? Yes, we do. Kaddish Drabanan or Kaddish Yosem?
Kaddish Yosem.
Somebody from the Kehillah? There's on the page, in the back page, is Kaddish Yosem.
Pardes Shalom Bais Hachaim-Appropriate. Leila Mikol Perkasa B'Shirasa Tshvasa Nakamasa Demiram Be'alma B'Mru Amen. Yehi Shlomo Rabba Mitchemaya Time Tovim Elena V'Kol Yisrael B'Mru Amen.
Amen.
Seshalom B'Ramal Puya Seshalom Elena V'Kol Yisrael B'Mru Amen.
Okay, we have the tradition of adding a stone to the Matzeivah, and if someone is kind enough, a member of Bnai Torah perhaps, to add an additional one for me, and if you could also ask Mechila, if you could ask forgiveness from Jack for me not being present there, because I think I should be, he deserves it. Okay. Okay, very well.
Thank you, Rabbi Milevsky.
Thank
Keep it
you.
all.
Everyone should have a tzivach simateva. We should only gather for happy occasions. Okay, take care, Alan. Take care, George. Take care, David. I hope everyone's feeling well. Okay, good to see you. Good to see you. Take care, George. Take care. Agun. Have simchas. Have simchas.
Amen. Amen. Get the bench, Stuart.
Chen Lamar. Good to see you, everyone. Alan, take care. Blow well, please. Blow well, Alan. Get those lips ready.
He did all right this morning, so he's on
I know. You should have heard the guy here in Baltimore. I said to myself, boy, do I miss Alan Katz.
He's not available.
Okay. Well, one day we'll get him here. Good. Take care of simchas.
Yeah, okay. I'm not even my 20s anymore.
Did your mother go? No. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's, we were talking, we had some presents from the other side. Anita Rani did that thing about other side. This side. And we played with them at the roof. How old were you when you were playing with the baby? I guess something like 10, 15 years old. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, but you don't think of them now. You do now. It's weird. It is.
Jack Schwartz. What's your
Big giant thing. And then our little head that's on the water. I graduated from
Which last night?
Walter? We left in 70.
Always only Henry.
I went to school in 1970. My house?